So, all right, we got what? Like 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. So, we got. So there's the top of that 5-minute range. Just marking out that. And now, waiting for it to close, and we got 58, 59. All right, there's the next 5-minute range. I mean, the bottom, the next. There's the bottom of it. So, let's see what happens. So we did take out a 15-minute liquidity. 5-minute also. We got a little, if we could push down a little lower, we can actually take out pre-market lows, which would be honestly damn, never reached 25,000. Yeah, it just kept on dropping. We may take out pre-market lows if we can close outside of this 5-minute range. We would take out pre-market lows. But yeah, but you never know. That 25,000 level was hot, was red hot, but let me check news. Forex factory. All right, we got, oh crap, we got red folder at 10 a.m. President Trump speaks 11 a.m. So yeah, 10 a.m. news, 9:45 news even. Holy crap, today's a news-filled morning. It's yellow folder though. 9:45 is yellow folder news, and then we got orange and red folder news at 10 a.m. So, gotta be careful for 10 a.m. Back at it again. Another day, another dollar. All right. Oh, we filled that imbalance on the so we filled this imbalance. Now we're going lower. I like this. If we can close below this 5-minute range, we're going to take out... Actually, we've already taken out. There it is. We taken out pre-market lows. So we've taken out pre-market lows. Let's see what happens here. Pass my combine. Nice, nice. Here, give me a second. I'll be back. All right, so now pretty much if we can get a bullish close, meaning a confirmation, I would potentially go long. If we could get a confirmation that buyers are stepping in. This is a pretty major level, right? Pre-market lows got taken out. Learning so much from you, bro. My strat is also the orb. I was struggling to get it. Nice, nice. I'm glad I can help glad I can help in any way I can. I trade the orb a little differently than everyone else, but all right, we're let's see it. See how much lower we can. I mean, so if price is gonna bounce, this is the area for it to kind of bounce. No hot levels today, strange. Well, there may be not hot levels right now because of we got big news at 10 a.m. So I don't think anyone's going to be trying to get into some major positions before a big news event. So, all right, we may get a move here. If buyers can start stepping in aggressively, we'll see. Buyers gotta hold it though. Said if it's gonna reverse, this is kind of the area where it needs to reverse. Hopefully it doesn't leave without me and all right, let's see. Don't want to get too excited. Damn it. It's not. Nope. I thought this may have been, buyers are not strong enough. Thought maybe this could actually be the confirmation where it leaves a gap, but it's not leaving any gaps so far. We'll see. There's still a possibility of it. I need a bullish gap inside this range for me to take a long. That's kind of my confirmation. Maybe it takes out the low again. Oh, why a long instead of a short? Where we're at pretty much discount. I mean, we're at pre-market lows, so it's not my strategy to go short here. It's also not the smartest to go short at the very bottom of the move. You'd be literally getting short at the very bottom of a trend. So how long do you trade, or do you have a trade number limit? Yeah, typically, I mean, here's the thing. It's like, I try to trade only till 11. Now, sometimes I stay longer. Typically, I find after 11 o'clock, you don't get the good moves anymore. So, I typically try to trade till about 11. A number of trades. If I have a winning trade, if my first trade is a winning trade, I'll be very cautious about taking another trade. Not to say I won't take one, but first trade is a winning trade, I'll be very cautious. If first trade is a losing trade, I'll potentially take one more trade, but I don't take more than 2 trades a day. So usually if that second trade, by that time, if that second trade is a losing trade, I'll step away. So I don't take more than 2 trades a day. I don't really get more than 2 setups in one little session, right? If I stayed longer, I'd probably get some more setups, but most of the time, I find myself taking one good trade and then I'm done. So, because I have to wait for another setup, right? It's not like I just take one trade and then if I lose that trade, I just take another trade. Like, I have to actually wait for the setup to form and everything. So, all right, we may get a setup here. Depending on this, how this candle closes. I'm gonna start calculating my risk real quick. It's like people have some kind of freaking indicator in their minds. As soon as I go live, everyone starts calling me. This is like the weirdest freaking thing of all time. Like, what the hell, dude? Alright. Alright, if we can, if I can get filled, I would potentially be interested in this. Do not copy me, do not follow me. And I hope this thing doesn't leave without me, but... we shall see. It inverse the gap. So it inverse the gap on the, you know, this 1 minute gap, but I would like for it to kind of pull back and tap back into this zone right here. We do have a, I'm hoping it doesn't just tap off this first gap and then run. I want this second gap to get tapped, and then it'll give me a pretty decent, you know, risk to reward for that kind of scalp. So let's see. I don't want to get stuck in this for 10 a.m. news, that's for sure. So I want to get filled before 10 a.m. Alright, so let's see. Again, the idea, right? We have this 5-minute range set. Closed below this 5-minute range. We had candle closures below that 5-minute range. It also took out pre-market lows. Closed back into the range, leaving behind a bullish imbalance, confirming that buyers are stepping in aggressively there. So now, if it can actually pull back and get me into this trade, I think we're looking pretty good. At the same time, like I said, I don't want to get stuck in the news. News is coming out in like 15 minutes. So filled that kind of first imbalance. See if we can push lower and get me filled on that second. Oh, come on. That's what I was kind of worried about, that this first imbalance was going to get filled and then rip. I swear, man. Yeah, I was hoping this rip down, I was hoping it would fill that second imbalance too. I mean, I have my order set right there, so all it would have to do is come down, fill that second imbalance, and then rip. So it filled that first imbalance and ripped, which freaking sucks. I'm still gonna, you know, the risk to reward sucks more when on that first one. So I was hoping for the second one. It's a better opportunity. What do we have? We've got 12 minutes till news, so I gotta be careful. At the same time, right, we could get stuck in chop. Before news, before a big news event, we don't get any major moves, right? Usually, sometimes we get chopped sideways until news comes out. So we'll see. I got my order in. Don't copy me, please. Or you will get wrecked. Because then people try to copy me and they get pissed off when it's a losing trade, but... Alright, yeah, I hope it fills the second gap. We'll see. As soon as it fills that second gap, I'm putting my stop in. Alright, about to fill that second gap. Computer... Obviously, computer's a little freaking laggy, obviously. Alright. I'm in this. Target would be kind of these highs up here. Body candle highs up there. Target for me. So all I want, price to come up. Just take out this body candle high. I'm not looking for a sweep of the high. Just to tap into that body candle high. Giving me a pretty solid risk to reward. All right, let's see it. Buyer's starting to step in. Come on, come on, come on. Need this gap to hold and buyers to step in. Freaking news. Why do we get good setups right before news? I don't know why this keeps happening to me. I hate holding into news or before news. So I'm wanting to get taken out before news comes out. We got view up there, so that's a little bit of a you know, a resistance area. Buyers are trying to step in here, as you see. I mean, these wicks right here show that buyers are trying to step in, but sellers are being pretty aggressive here. Come on. Come on. Come on, buyers. Let's go. Stop with the nonsense. 15-minute gap, well, below today's lows. 50% of that range back to the downside. We'll see. The setup's there, I'll take it, you know. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. It is what it is. The setup's there for me. So we'll see this 5-minute range. It's tapping into the bottom of that 5-minute range. We need buyers to step in. Buyers are weak. Holy crap. They're not there today. Let's go. Push it. Push it. Rip it. Rip it. Getting 8 minutes till news. I don't like this. Aren't you in a squeeze right now? What do you mean? What do you mean am I in a squeeze right now? Alright, we need to push here. We need to push. We need this higher low start to form. We need a higher low. Come on. You got it. You got it. You can do it. Stop long and get out. I'm just trading my strategy. Don't follow me. I'm trading my plan. That's it. Nothing more than following my plan. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. It is what it is. If the setup's there, I'm taking it. Sellers are just strong right now here. Buyers are trying to push it up here. I mean, you see how many times we're trying to push it up, but if buyers can't step in aggressive enough, then sellers are just going to take over. And one of the reasons buyers may not be as aggressive, right, is because we have freaking news. There's stop out. Fudge. We have news. So nobody's going to be aggressively trying to buy into news. Bummer. I told you. You're saying like you knew exactly what's gonna happen. You were making a prediction just like I was. So I can't just look at the chat and see what everybody says and just trade based off what everybody says. How are you supposed to make money when you listen to everybody in the chat? So you trade your strategy and I trade my strategy. So there's nothing more to that. This is actually the first time that news actually, before news, it took me out. Typically the trade ends up working out. So based on the statistics of the, based on the strat, it usually works out. Even though it's before news. But today it's just one of those days where it didn't work out. You're good. I look for a closure outside the range, closure back in, outside this 5-minute range, buyers to step in, taking out, stepping back into the range, leaving behind a bullish imbalance, and then I take off that bullish imbalance. But, I mean, it could. Let's see. I mean, if this sets itself up again, we'll see. News is coming out. Maybe after news comes out, this thing will give me another setup, and buyers will actually start to try to step in instead of being. No, do not. Don't ever double down. That's like the worst. That's one of the worst things you could do in trading is double down. Because you're doubling you can double down on if it's a winning trade, but you're doubling down on a losing trade too. If it's going against you and doubling down, I don't think that's ever a good idea. Unless you have a specific strategy to double down, but I don't know, man. Adding to a losing trade is not smart. Doubling down on a winning trade, that's different. But doubling down on a losing trade, you're just asking to blow your account. Alright, let's see. If I get another setup, I'll take it. But, nope. Worst habit ever to average down while day trading. I do it long-term stuff. Yeah, if you're in a swing trade and you're like You know, just buying the pullback for an investment, that's different. But doubling down on a losing trade is wild. Especially when you're day trading. That's super dangerous. Alright, we got like a minute left till news. See how this candle happens. I may actually see how this candle closes. Is this news going to be super volatile or do not? Possibly Chop City. All right. See. News already came out. News is already out, so we'll see if I can actually get the move now after news. The move I was looking for. We got view op there, so we'd have to get through view op, which is kind of, you know. God, come on. Don't leave without me. Please don't leave without me. What is wrong with this thing? Oh my gosh, dude. $15-minute chart is looking very bullish. I mean, come on, freaking A, man. Ugh. Now they want to step in. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bro, don't even wait for a retrace on IFEG. I'm not waiting for a retrace on IFEG. What are you talking about? I'm waiting for a retrace on a FVG, on an imbalance, not an IFVG. So God, man. It stopped me out just to run without me. Yeah, I know. It happens. Nothing I could do about it, though. I mean, maybe I should have waited till after news. I don't know, man. It's easy to say that now, but, you know, I've had plenty of trades where I get in before news and it, you know, it works out, so. That wasn't even a news candle that took me out even, so. If this trade is a losing trade, that's it. I'm done for this. It's not working today, then. Shall see. And then stop is going to be below the lows, obviously. If it drops below that low, it's over. Wow, what an amazing fill. If it actually... if it can hold here. Trying to question all my life decisions. It's the last try. If this doesn't work, that's it. I can't. No more trades for today. The strategy's not working today if this thing doesn't work today. If this thing doesn't work now. I mean, we've taken out pre-market lows. If we're gonna reverse, it's gonna reverse here. If it's not gonna reverse here, we're going low. You son of a... We're gonna go lower. If it doesn't reverse here, we're gonna go lower. I mean, obviously, but this is the time for it to reverse. If it's gonna reverse, this is it right here. If this is not it, then when it doesn't break out, play the range. Yeah, it's just one of those days. We're at 10 o'clock too. We could get got that 10 a.m. We need a higher high to start to form here. Yeah. I'm getting a little wrecked today. This is a second losing trade in a row. That's gonna suck, but oh man. Part of trading. Sometimes your strategy just doesn't work. Maybe you don't know how to trade. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's patched. Maybe it's patched. God, this thing is seriously gonna... What the heck is INTC? I said go short. Well, I would never make money for sure if I listen to what people say in the chat, so... I'm not gonna do that. If anything, if everyone says to go short, I'm more inclined to go wrong. I'm more inclined to go long because 90% of traders fail, so... I'm more inclined to do the opposite of what you tell me to do. What sucks is we're below VWAP, which kind of, it rejected off of VWAP. So, kind of trading against the trend a little bit, but... It's trying to. Like I said, this is the area. If it's going to reverse, this is the area where it's going to reverse. So it's like, if, you know, if I get stopped out, it wasn't one of those days today, so... It's fine. It happens. I don't trade Top Step. I've never traded Alpha or Top Step, actually. All I've traded was Apex and Take Profit Trader. God, are you freaking kidding me? Just go! You dumb NASDAQ. Oh my God. God, today's not my day. Today is not my day. Ugh. It's the 5-minute range. Nope. Ugh. The first time it took me out just to go to my TP, now it's gonna take me out and then rip to my TP again. Watch, it's gonna stop me out and then rip. Every little push up just gets sold off immediately. Bruh, get out of here with your spam. Nobody's gonna send you money. Yeah, Trump is talking at like 11 o'clock, so. It's just one of those days. About what? I don't know what he's even... Oh, I think he's talking about all the military, whatever. They're all those military people gathering in Quantico. think he's supposed to be talking to them, so. I swear, why do people freaking call me every time? Throughout the whole entire day, people don't call me. In the mornings when I'm trading, everyone freaking just starts to call me. What is wrong? Like, why? Why in the morning? I don't get it. What about in the morning that makes people want to talk to other people? Oh, man. Kazubi to be a drawdown. Golly. Leave the man alone when he trades. Seriously. Like, I'm in a trade. What are you guys doing? Golly. I feel like I'm gonna get stopped out. This is not moving the way I like it to. It's not getting that buying pressure. Come on. Two to one. I mean, I try to take what the market gives me. I mean, I don't try to go for like an insane risk or reward. I take what I can, what the market gives me, what I feel like I can get out of the market. That being said, you know, it's like this kind of price action is the price action that can make you go on tilt, right? This is like, that's why, like I say, if I get stopped out here, two losing trades in a row, I'm out. I'm done. Because that will put me on tilt, right? If it's not working today, it's not working today. There's no reason to force something that's not there. So then you end up going on tilt and you blow your account. As long as you stick to your plan, taking losing trades is not a big deal if you stick to your plan. But if you don't stick to your plan, that's when it becomes a big deal. Told you, if it's gonna reverse, this is the area where it's gonna reverse. So if it can't hold this area, if it fails to go, you know, higher, then we're probably not gonna get the reversal that we want. So we gotta break through view op. We've trying to break through view op. We're starting to kind of push. I'm looking for this high, right? My TP's there because we have this kind of like body candle high there. So my idea is if it takes out this liquidity, takes out my order, and then, you know, it could do whatever it wants to at that point. But we got to get through view op. View op is going to be a tough area to get through, which it's at view op right now. So it's got to get through this view op in order to keep ripping. If it can get through view op, we're looking good. If it's going to struggle at view op, right, then that's not gonna look too good. We got some bullish imbalances starting to form, so that's starting to look pretty, you know, starting to look better now. Price action for the upside now that we got these bullish imbalances, but we gotta break through that view op area. Maybe a little bit of a retrace back into that imbalance and then rip again. Bros trading consolidation. You watch. You just watch. Lost my account. People oversize and over leverage, and then if you oversize and over leverage and take dumb trades, you're just gonna keep blowing accounts. So right, filled that imbalance. Now buyers are starting to try to step back in after filling that imbalance. We just barely filled that imbalance, so ever so slightly. So we got to rip here. Come on. I knew view op was a little bit gonna be a little bit tough of an area to get through. But it's got to get through view op. If it can't get through view op, rejecting off view op. A VWAP is like a freaking repellent, dude. It just, look how many times it's rejected off it. 3 times already. So, holy crap. This freaking sucks. It's got to bounce here. If it can't bounce here, if it's going to drop below this low, we're probably going for that stop. Realistically, I should probably have my stop below these lows, but I don't want it to sweep these lows and then rip, you know, so I'm going to keep my stop where it is, but realistically, there's a high likelihood if we sweep it, if we take out this low, we could go for that next low, but I need it to bounce here, right? This old resistance level has to hold as new support, right? It's the idea. Old resistance, hold new support. We got to push now, and then we got to break through that VWAP area with enough strength. If we can't get through that VWAP, it's not looking good. It's having a lot of trouble. Ugh. It's like an inverse head and shoulders, which is not, I mean, not a, it's a, what's it called? Like a, what is it called? Upside down, inverse, whatever you want to call it. Head and shoulders. Ugh. What is that? See, I see these patterns, and I don't even remember what they are, what they do. Is that a bullish sign or a bearish? Inverse. Is it inverse or upside inverse? All right, it's a bullish sign. So, so this inverse head and shoulders forming is a good sign. It's a bullish sign, right? We got a shoulder, we got a head, and we have another shoulder. So ideally, it starts ripping through this high for the inverse head and shoulders. So that inverse head and shoulders is a bullish sign. So that is a good sign. So that gives me a little more confidence. Yeah, see, like, I see these patterns because I remember, like, but I forget what they do, if that's a good sign or a bad sign. So I have to look it up. I'm like, is this a good sign? We're looking good now. We're getting through. We're above VWAP. We're looking very good now. As long as it holds VWAP. Come on. Rip it. Rip it. Come on. Do it. Do it. You won't. They just let anyone say BS on here. It's crazy. How is this BS? Bro, people, I swear, people try to rage bait so hard. How is an inverse head and shoulders BS? It's a very popular. It's a, you know, it's not something I made up. Bro, they just be letting anyone comment here, huh? They just be letting anyone comment here. For retail. I'm not saying I trade inverse head. I'm not saying I trade it. I'm saying I'm seeing it happen. I'm not saying I'm trading it. No one said anything about trading it. Just because I see something happen that you know, other people, that's a common concept, doesn't mean I'm trading it. And y'all get this, like, this whole, y'all need to get this whole retail BS out of your mind. We're all retail traders. I don't care if you're an ICT trader, you're still a retail trader. Stop acting like you're some institution and like you got the secret to like the freaking, you got the secrets to the market, the algorithm. It's all BS, bruh. You fall for like, you fall for the dumb, like these marketing tactics And you think just because you trade ICT, you got some like secret market algorithm. It ain't no secret market algorithm. You're a retail trader. You're not an institution. Stop trying to pretend you're an institution. It's a retail concept, dude. It's a retail concept. Every concept you trade is a retail concept. You don't have the kind of software that these institutions have that can take trades in like millisecond time frames. So you're a retail trader. Bro, people would just be saying anything like just to This guy's cheering the stocks on its first sign that he can't trade. See, that sentence right there makes absolutely zero sense. And I think other people can read that sentence and see that sentence may actually... Okay, the guy's cheering the stocks on its first sign that he can't trade. That makes absolutely no sense. I don't know if English is your second language, but that statement makes no sense. We got geniuses. There's some genius trade. There's some multi-millionaire traders in the chat. Somehow know exactly where the market's gonna move. And you know what's funny is like, people are like, go short, go short, go short. And when it ends up hitting your stop loss, people are like, I told you, dude. I told you should have went short. But if this thing ends up ripping to the upside, the people that said to go short just automatically just disappear as though nothing happened. Like, as though they never said to go short. Then they just disappear and nothing happens. That's the funny part. It's gonna hit your stop loss. Well, here's the difference between me. I'm fine with it hitting my stop loss. I'm absolutely fine with it. Why? I can let it hit my stop loss and I can walk away and I'll still have a good day. Why? Because I'm just trading my plan. I'm just following my strategy. As long as I follow my strategy, that's all that matters, right? But if I don't follow my plan, that's when I start to get pissed off if I don't follow my plan. So, and then every little pullback, people are like, oh my gosh, I told you it's a short. It's a short. Look, it's pulling back. Bruh. Calm down. I'm fine with this thing not working. There's always tomorrow. I don't have to be profitable in one day. It matters. What matters is months worth of trading. What? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months worth of trading. One trading day does not matter. It does not, you know, a month from now, you're not even going to remember this day where you lost money or made money or whatever. So one trading day in the grand scheme of your trading career, it does not matter, right? So, but how can I make this trading day matter is if I go on tilt and blow my accounts, then this trading day I'll remember for, you know, a month later, I'll remember it. But as long as I follow my plan, even if I take a loss, I come back tomorrow, I move on with my life, right? Tomorrow comes, take another trade, wait for another setup, it's fine. But when you don't have a plan and you don't have a system and you're just shorting every little pullback and trying to just guess where the market's going, well, guess what? I don't care if you make money today, tomorrow, the market's going to take that money from you because you don't have a plan and you're undisciplined and you're just going by every flow of the market. You think catching a little scalp makes you a profitable trader. And that's the dangerous part about the market is the market will reward you for stupidity, right? The market will reward you. But then you continue doing that and it's going to hit you really hard. Yeah, if this can't, I mean, it's failing to go higher. If at some point it's gonna drop, right? I understand that. If something tries to move higher and fails, and tries to move higher and fails, and tries to move higher and fails, I understand that at some point it's gonna drop because it's failing to go higher. I need TP. I need a TP. I need a TP. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. All the retail, all the ICT traders. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Sing it along. Sing it. If everyone sings it, it's gonna rip. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Inverse head, shoulders. Ugh, this doesn't work. Whatever, dude. I used to be cocky just like you until I lost my house gambling. Well, guess what? I'm not gambling. I am perfectly fine with taking a loss here. If this ends up being a losing trade, I am perfectly fine with that. So, I'm just following my plan. That's it. That's all I could do is follow my strategy. That's all I could do. If you actually have a plan, these little red pullbacks, they don't really scare you, right? Because you have a larger picture. But when you don't know what you're doing, every little pullback, you get freaked out automatically. Trust me, I used to do that when I started learning how to trade. When, like, I didn't know what I was doing. Every little freaking pullback, like, I would get into a trade, it would start going in my favor, and then I would start getting freaked out every little pullback. I was like, oh crap, I gotta sell. I'm in profit. Oh my gosh, I'm 250 bucks in profit. I gotta sell. I gotta sell. This thing could reverse. And you're freaking out because you don't know what it's gonna do, right? But when you have a plan, you stick to your plan. That little green candle does not freak me out. Said the Jewish fake outs. Yeah, this is like the one, trading is the one industry where you get a lot of traders just hate on each other for some reason. And I know why people come in and hate. Like I said yesterday, right? People come in and hate is because they oversized on a trade, they lost a lot of money, or they blew an account, and then they're pissed off, and then they go around trying to hate on other people. That's why. Think about it. If you find yourself, if you're a profitable trader with the actual strategy, and you made money today, and you had a really good day, do you really think you're gonna be going to other people's lives and hating on them? Probably not. So that's why it really doesn't, like, I know I argue, but it really doesn't piss me off. I honestly feel more bad for those kind of people, because it's like, if you continue doing that, you're just gonna continue being an unprofitable trader. That's what's gonna happen. You continue making those dumb mistakes, but if you can learn from those mistakes, you can grow, you can become a better trader. It's simple as that. But if you keep blowing your account and never learning from why you blew your account, maybe you're oversized, or you're taking dumb setups, or you're not even taking a setup, then what can I say? All right, we're trying to bounce off of view up. Having a hard time bouncing off view up. This thing is just like Bruh. $24,808. I mean, my TP was up here just I thought if we could take out this high, we can go to these body candle highs here, right? I figured we could maybe go to those body candle highs and take out this high. It gives me a little bit better risk to reward ratio. I mean, hindsight, maybe I should have took that 808 take profit. It would have been a little bit, you know. I figured if we're above UOP at this point, we were above UOP. I figured we could push at least a little bit more to those highs. That's why. I mean, maybe I should have had my TP there. That's just like a judgment call. I guess we'll see if I was. But that's kind of why I had my TP there, because we were above UOP. I figured if we end up going to this area, we'll probably rip to this high. But it looks like it's not doing that. It's having a hard time. I mean, it is having a hard time, but it is making higher highs, though. And making higher highs. Trump is speaking? No, he's not. He's speaking in like 30 minutes. Yeah, looking back, I probably should have had my TP at that 808 level. Ah. Yes, NASDAQ. Yeah, this price action is straight garbage. It's just sideways. This is the most annoying price action you can trade. It's just sideways action. Like, I would rather it just go stop me out than do this crap and just trade sideways. Yeah, that's all you could do. Like, people don't realize if you have a plan and stick to it and it's a losing trade, it's a W trade. You stuck to your plan. That's a win. If you stuck to your plan, in my book, that's a win. Even though I lose money, and if I can learn something, you know, maybe next time I'll try to. If this ends up being a losing trade, I'll look. I mean, I'll look what I could have done. Maybe I shouldn't have taken a long because VWAP is right there. Or maybe if I did take a long, maybe my take profit should have been, you know, should have been sooner, because knowing that VWAP is like, there's so much things that you could say I wish I could have done, but it's just price is not getting that momentum it needs. So now, I mean, I don't know. We just keep rejecting, so we could go for those lows now. So I don't want to have my stop here just in case it takes out a low and then rips again. So that's why. But I think at this point we could go for those lows, which in that case I would get stopped out, but we'll see. Looking back, I should have had my stop. You're right. I should have had my stop at the 808 level. I mean, not my stop. I should have had my TP at that 808 level and not have been greedy. Right? I got a little greedy. That's why I put my take profit there. But realistically, I should have had my take profit right there. That's one thing I learned from this trade is don't be greedy with your trades. I thought we were above UOP. We could at least take out these highs and push at least a little bit more. But looking back, yeah, I should have had my TP there. It is what it is. So I'll learn from that. Next time I won't be greedy. I'll just take what I can. That's why I talk about a lot. People talk about like 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio trades. Why don't you take, like, because you take what the market can give you, right? The market, technically the market gave you, right? And a lot of times you'll see me put my take profit at the body candle highs of the next target area, whatever that next target area is. And it would have been this area, but like I said, I got a little bit greedy. I thought we could actually like push through there if we end up pushing through VWAP, and that didn't happen. So What can I say? Next time I won't be as greedy. I'll just take what I can and move on. Yeah, this is like, bro, I don't know what, the past 2 weeks of this market has been such trash. So many days it just goes sideways. Like, we don't get these like good moves anymore. It's just like, we get a little bit of a move and then the rest of the morning it goes like 30 minutes of good price action and then it just goes sideways for the rest of the morning. Like, this has been happening so freaking often that it's really annoying. Like, this sideways crap is like, it gets to you. It's annoying because, listen, it's annoying because it gets to you mentally. That's why it's annoying. It like starts to get you until like you start like questioning everything. This whole month, yeah, this whole September month has been just like, we get a little move for the first 30 minutes, we get some decent price action, and then sideways. Pretty much the whole month has been like that. It's weird. I don't know why. Trump needs to say something. Trump's about to talk, so he actually... Bro, Trump's about to talk, he may say something. He's talking in like around 15 minutes. Come on, just rip it already. Look at the 15-minute chart. Holy crap. Look at the 15-minute chart. Check this out. Bro, look at that 15-minute chart. Look at the freaking wicks on the bottom of that 15 minutes. Freaking pin needles, razor blades on the bottom right there. Like, it's trying, right? That's why I'm like, if it's gonna bounce, this is the area where it's gonna bounce. If it fails to bounce here, it's probably going, you know, way lower. So, look at this, very, like a doji 15-minute candle. Very indecisive candle, right? 15-minute doji is like, tells you everything you need to know about where price is right now. This is like a scalper's market right here. You buy and it sells. That's why I didn't trade today. Yeah, this is like, you gotta looking in hindsight, I should have realized this sideways action. I should have taken profit right there, that 808 level. I got greedy. It is what it is. I mean, next time I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm gonna take what the market, and this is what I tell people, take what the market gives you, right? Don't be greedy and say, oh, if it does this, then I'll try to squeeze a little more out of this trade, possibly. If the market gives you a certain number, take it. Getting greedy can, you know, it could be rewarded for one trade, it could be rewarded for 2 trades, but in the long run, getting greedy, like, it ends up biting you back, you know? Alright, we're hitting view op. We gotta push through this view op. We gotta rip through this view op. We need buyers to come in aggressive here and not reject again. Rip it. Let's go! Futures market is typically... I don't remember it being like this in September. I guess I don't really pay attention. I just, like... Maybe I didn't realize it, like, last September it was like this. I don't remember it like this. Maybe I just forgot. Maybe it was. I don't know. All right, come on, NASDAQ. Just take out these highs. Like, all I need is for it to take out those highs, and that's it. Rip it. Let's go. Yeah. The market will freaking slap you if you get greedy. Literally. Or at least slap your account into oblivion. Trim one? Nah, I already started to be greedy. At this point, it is what it is, man. I'm like done with this. It's gonna hit like, it is what it is. I'm gonna let it. For next trade, I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be smarter, but with my take profits. But I already set it to there, so I'm just gonna leave it there. I know I probably should take off here. I know. I'm willing to, like, if this is a loss, I'm willing to accept it. It is what it is. So, like, it's been, I think it could push higher. I mean, come on. It's like, it's trying so hard. It's trying so hard. I think it takes out those highs. I mean, at this point, it's so close. I think it takes out those highs before it goes lower. But I may be wrong. We're like having so much freaking trouble. We're above VWAP. That's a really good sign, right? We are above VWAP. We're above that 200. It's a good sign. But we need buyers to continue to step in. More people need to realize it's a good sign. Trump's talking in like 12 minutes, so, or 13 minutes, whatever it is. It's trying, man. It's trying. That 15 minute, like, that's why I'm kind of holding to. That 15 minutes so wicky to the upside that, like, I feel like we could, you know, I think, well, I'm thinking we could just rip here. If we're actually, now we've gotten so far, buyers are trying to step in again. That 15 minute kind of makes me hold, looking at it, how wicky it is to the upside. Alright, there we go. Boom, there's take profit. Where's the dude that said to go short? Huh? Where is he at? Go short! Go short! Go short! He disappeared. He's gone. That's the problem with people. They say go short. If this thing would have dropped and took out my stop loss, bro, he would have been back in the chat going, I told you, you don't know what you're doing, I told you. Now that he was wrong, gone, nowhere to be found. This is why, this is a lesson for everyone, right? Don't listen to what other people tell you to do. If you have a plan, stick to your plan. That's all you could do in trading is have a strategy, stick to your strategy, no matter what anybody else says. And manage risk. That's it. That's all you could do. And the other people, oh, inverse head and shoulders. That's a retail pattern, right? I never said I traded inverse head and shoulders, but it's good to know that when I'm in a trade and I see an inverse head and shoulders, I'm like, okay, I don't trade it, but I see it. And if it happens, it's like an extra level of confirmation to me that we could be bullish, right? It's a retail pattern, all the ICT traders, it's a retail pattern. Okay, it's a retail pattern. Did it work? Like, if I don't trade something and I see something, it could be an extra level of confirmation. It's still good to know something even if you don't use it, right? It did work this time. So it's like, say what you want. It's a retail pattern, whatever, but it did work. So, everyone, like, my plan was, right? This is my strategy. We have the 5-minute range. What I wait for is for price to break out of the 5-minute range, push back into the range, leaving behind a bullish gap, right? So we closed outside this range, and I don't even remember where I got in. I got in, okay, that one was, I ended up getting stopped out right here, and then we had another, all right, I got in right there. This bullish, right? It set itself up again, closed back into the range. Here's the bullish gap, confirming that we could go higher. Buyers are stepping in. We swept pre-market lows also, and we ripped. So, back up to the top of the 5-minute range. Rip to that next, area of liquidity. So, and it took out these highs now. Yeah, that's why it doesn't, like, I know I get, like, riled up, but it really doesn't piss me off when people hate. Because I understand that they're probably losing money, right? They're probably in drawdown, lost a lot of money, oversized, just pissed off. Trust me, man. Trust me when I say this. When I started to trade, I went through everything that new traders go through. Literally everything. I'll tell you a story one time. So this is a true story. Back when I used to trade options, right? I didn't have prop firms where I could just like trade a prop firm. If I blow a prop firm account, it's like, oh, well, what, you didn't invest too much money into a prop firm account. You blow it, it is what it is. Bro, I traded live accounts. When you blow a live account, that's thousands of dollars. That's not just a couple $100. I remember, and when I started to trade, the biggest mistake I made when I started to trade is I started learning with live money. What I should have done is only traded sim trading until I had a strategy down and then went to live money, right? And this is, learn from my mistakes. Don't trade with live money until you have proven to yourself that you can make money, right? So I was trading options, and this is a mistake that taught me, and never again did I ever cancel a stop loss. I got into a trade with options, right? It was a same day expiration. If you all know, same day expirations. I got into the trade, right? The trade started working in my favor. I was like, all right, we're looking good. We're looking good. And to backtrack a little bit, I was on a 2-week winning streak, right? I was winning every single day. This is like beginner's type of luck that most traders go through, beginner's luck, where I had a green day every day for about 2 weeks, and it was a Friday. And I really wanted that Friday to be a green day to not break my streak. I got into the trade, started going in my favor. Guess what? It started to pull back against me. And what do you think I did? I had my stop loss set in place. It started to get close to my stop loss. I canceled that stop loss. I canceled the stop loss because I was like, it's going to go back up. It's going to go back up. What do you know? That was the day it didn't go back up. That was the day it dropped, and it kept dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping and never went back up, right? And that contract expired at the end of the day. I blew thousands of dollars in my live account because I canceled my stop order. I got so pissed off. I had like a teacup. I grabbed that teacup and I smashed it against the ground. I was so freaking pissed at myself that I canceled that stop order. After that lesson, never again did I ever cancel a stop order. My stop orders are set. What I can do is move it to break even, but I will never move my stop and I will never cancel my stop. So, bruh, and when I say teacup, I don't mean like a British teacup. I was drinking tea, but it was like in it was a thermos, right? It wasn't like a glass. It was a thermos, and I took that thermos and I threw it against the ground. Tea splashed all over the freaking walls. Bro, that was like the worst trading day of my life. But yeah, it was after that I never canceled my stop. So I'm telling you this, right? Just learn from my mistakes. Don't cancel your stop order. Have a plan. Follow that plan, right? It is what it is. If it's a losing trade, as long as you followed your plan, that's all that matters. If you back tested a strategy, and this is where confidence comes in. If you back test a strategy, right? Say you have a strategy, you back tested it. All right, it's profitable. I back tested the strategy. I know the data on it, and it's profitable, right? Then all you have to do is stick to that strategy. You stick to it. You pay attention to your data. If your data starts to change, you adapt to that change. That's where the adaptation comes into the market, and that's all you could do in trading. But yeah, that was my trading story of me never canceling my stop after that ever again. I will never cancel my stop. And it's like, it sucks that I had to go through that, but hopefully none of y'all have to go through that. Now you have PropFirm accounts, so it's not as, but when we traded live accounts, imagine blowing like $3,000 or $4,000 in one day. That's like, I'm pretty sure all of y'all would be super pissed. Sold too early, and that's another thing. Like, I can't, like, I have a plan, and if I take a profit and this thing continues to rip without me, like continues to rip, I got what I wanted. And this is what I preach about. Take what the market gives you. Don't get greedy. Now, you could take partials and have a strategy where you take half off, you leave some runners. That's fine. But to get greedy and think that like the market's just gonna continue ripping for the rest of the day, that's like, especially with these prop firms with trailing drawdown, you don't want it to rip and then end up pulling back on you, and then you have that much trailing drawdown if you're at an all-time high in your account. And that's something we're all still learning. That's something maybe eventually I'll adapt. I've tried leave runners before. I always just get stopped out. I don't know, maybe I'll end up trying it out and trying to leave some runners, but I like just taking full profits of where I think the market's going to go, where the market gives me. Like I said, I don't want to get too greedy, because I've gotten too greedy before and the market ends up stopping me out. It's like, looks like an inverted head and shoulders. You might be good. Yeah, and it's like somebody started, hating on that inverted head and shoulders, inverse, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, I don't trade inverse head and shoulders, bull flags. Like, I will notice them if they do happen. I'll notice it, but that I'm already in a trade. I don't take it. Like, if I didn't have for example, if I did not have a setup here, just because I saw this inverse head and shoulders, I wouldn't have taken the trade, right? I wouldn't have taken it, because it wouldn't have been my setup. But that doesn't mean I have to take a trade if I see an inverse head and shoulders. But if I'm in a trade and I see this type of pattern, and in my head I know it's a bullish setup, right? It's a bullish sign in the market, then it just gives me more confidence to hold that trade. But like, look at the 15-minute chart. Also, look at the 15-minute chart. Like, for the person who said to go short, what about this 15-minute chart tells you that this is that price wants to go lower, right? It's price action. You're reading price action as price starts to develop. What about this tells you that price wants to go lower? Every time we have a pullback, buyers step in. Look how many times. One time, buyers stepped in. Buyer stepped in. Buyer stepped in. Buyer stepped in. Buyer stepped. Like, this is what? 15, 30. We got like an hour and a half of price action where buyers are just stepping in aggressively here. And I said that before. If price is going to reverse, this could be the area where it reverses. But yeah, like, what about this? Like, person's like, oh, go short. I'm telling you, go short. What about this tells you that you need to go short? Now, if you have some kind of strategy where your data, your strategy told you to go short there, go short, right? Even if it's a stop loss, as long as you followed your plan, and maybe today wasn't a day where your strategy worked. Like, for example, right? My strategy, right, worked for this trade. Somebody else's strategy may have not worked. As long as they took a stop out, maybe tomorrow, who knows? Maybe tomorrow I take a loss and the other person takes a profit. His strategy ends up working. It's like, now it took out these highs. Now you got to be careful. It could reverse here, right? It just took out these highs. So, those wicks should have told you to stop. What do you mean? For a short, I was long. This is a good sign if you're in a long. If you're in a short position, this is a horrible sign. But yeah. Why not tighten your stop? So the reason, I mean, this is where kind of discretionary comes in trading, right? And I actually said this, if you remember, during the trade, right? I said, like, I don't want to move where was my break even was like right there. I don't want to move my stop up because I understand, first of all, looking at the 15-minute chart, it's very bullish. Second of all, I didn't want to move my stop. Like, some people, what they would have done is move their stops to this low right here, right? That's what some people would have done because they're like, oh, if it takes out this low, it's probably going to go lower. And in my mind, I understood that could happen. But I didn't want to move my stop up here because I understand that we have lows down here. Price could come down and take out a couple of these lows, 1 or 2 of these lows, and it could reverse back up again. So I knew this could happen because I've seen this happen time and time again. So that's why I was willing to hold my stop at that bottom level. I had it there. 15-minute was looking bullish. I knew it was choppy, but I knew price could take out this low and rip back up. So that's why I didn't really want to move my stop up to there. That's where a little bit of discretion just comes in, you know. But that's discretion that's built off of watching the market every single day, watching NASDAQ every day for freaking 2 years. You begin to notice certain things like, oh, NASDAQ can do this, NASDAQ can do that. I'm going to keep my stop at there. And then other times you'll see me put my stop at break even, right? And get stopped out at break even. Like, it's just a little bit of discretion. Right? Yesterday was a perfect example, right? I was in a long. Price action started to develop, kind of went toward my TP, and then I moved my stop to break even because I understood that if it breaks down that low, we're probably going lower. It was different price action than this. And what happened? It broke that low and it went lower. So me stopping out at break even, I would have took a loss if I would have held that trade. Today, I kept it at the bottom and I took a profit. So that's where a little bit of discretion kind of comes in trading. When to put your stops at break even, when to, you know. But that discretion is built off of watching price action every single day. So what time is it? All right, it's 11 o'clock. Can you show where prices? Oh yeah, my bad. So we broke out of this 5-minute range, right? We broke out of this 5-minute range. So now it kind of has to hold. It has to hold this 5-minute range. Now this old support, right? Now all this resistance, right? First time it failed to break. Second time it broke a little bit and it just kept failing to go higher, right? This old resistance can hold as new support, right? So now if we pull back and look at this, we have a bullish gap right there, right? I'm not saying to take this trade, but understand that we could get a bounce here. This could be someone's setup for a trade, right? We could pull back. All this support down here, paired with a bullish fair value gap, paired with a 200, not a bad bounce level for price to potentially come back to this imbalance and bounce off this imbalance to go higher, right? There's a pretty good likelihood that it could do that. So I'm not saying to take that trade, but, you know, understanding that this could hold as support now, but there could be a pullback. That what I'm getting at is understand that price could pull back at this point. And when you understand that price could pull back to this area, if you are in a trade, you're not really scared, right? Because you understand price could do that and why price is doing that. What do I use? This box right here is the 5-minute range. So I look for a specific setup for a trade to break out of the 5-minute range, buyers to step back in, bullish imbalance to show signs of it wanting to go higher, and then I take it higher. That's kind of why also we had some confluences. We took out pre-market lows down here, so another, like, you know, pretty big level down here. So we have all these like confluences kind of paired together, price potentially wanting to go. And I said this before, if price is going to reverse, there's a high likelihood it could, if it's gonna reverse, it's probably gonna reverse here. If it doesn't reverse here, we're probably gonna go a lot lower. That's just my mindset, right? That's how if you notice pre-market lows, a lot of times price likes to take out pre-market lows and likes to rip back up. So same thing with pre-market highs. But yeah. So, man. Yeah, SCME. So yeah, I'm gonna be hopping off. I mean, at this point, right? I'm not gonna take another trade. I've already taken profit. It's up here at this point. Like, I'm done. So, but yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. And I'm telling you, I gotta be careful with this chop crap, because that chop could mess you up in a trade. But yeah. But I'll be back tomorrow, 9:30. So if you want to stop by, I'll be here. So other than that, peace out. Don't overtrade. Be careful. Don't go on tilt. Please don't blow your account. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for the follows, for the likes, for the haters. Peace out.